A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a historic moment for Gabon, the nation is poised to vote on a new constitution that promises to reshape its political landscape after decades of dynastic rule. This referendum, taking place on Saturday, marks a significant shift following the military's ousting of President Ali Bongo Ondimba last year, which ended 55 years of control by his family in the oil-rich Central African nation. With approximately 860,000 registered voters expected to participate, the draft charter proposes sweeping changes aimed at establishing democratic governance and preventing future dynastic leadership. General Brice Oligui Nguema, the transitional president and leader of the military coup, has been vocal in his support for the new constitution, declaring, "We have a date with history," as he encouraged citizens to vote in favor of the proposed changes. The new constitution seeks to implement presidential term limits, restricting the presidency to a maximum of 2 7-year terms, and abolishing the position of prime minister. Furthermore, it explicitly states that family members cannot succeed a sitting president, thereby preventing a continuation of the Bongo family's political legacy. The referendum is seen as a critical first step towards restoring civilian rule in Gabon, following Bongo's controversial removal from power. He had been in office since 2009, taking over from his father, Omar Bongo, who ruled for over 4 decades. Ali Bongo's presidency was marred by allegations of electoral fraud and corruption, culminating in his ousting shortly after he was declared the winner of a disputed election. The proposed constitution not only aims to limit presidential power but also stipulates that all presidential candidates must be exclusively Gabonese, with at least one Gabon-born parent and a Gabonese spouse. This clause effectively disqualifies Bongo, who is married to a French national, as well as his children from future candidacy. As voting commenced, reports indicated that polling stations in the capital, Libreville, experienced delays, with ballot papers still being distributed when the polls opened at 7 a.m. local time. The 2,835 polling stations across the country will remain open until 6 p.m., with the final results to be announced by the Constitutional Court. Despite the government's efforts to promote the referendum through extensive media campaigns, including calls for voter participation on television, radio, and social media, there are concerns about the transparency of the electoral process. Observers note that the military junta's dominance in the campaign raises questions about the fairness of the vote. Opponents of the proposed constitution have criticized it as being designed to entrench the current military leadership's power rather than genuinely democratizing the country. Lawyer Marlene Fabien Esela Efountame stated, "We are creating a dictator who designs the constitution for himself," reflecting the skepticism among critics. In contrast, supporters of the new constitution, like 33-year-old civil servant Nathalie Badzoko, have expressed their faith in the military government, even if they have not fully read the lengthy document comprising 173 articles. The junta has promised to return power to civilian authorities after a 2-year transition period, but Nguema's aspirations for the upcoming presidential election in August 2025 have raised eyebrows. As the nation gears up for the referendum, the atmosphere has been charged with anticipation and uncertainty. Gabon, a member of the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has struggled with high unemployment rates, especially among its youth, with nearly 40% of those aged 15 to 24 out of work as of 2020, according to the World Bank. The new constitution is viewed by some as a potential remedy for the country's long-standing issues of governance and economic disparity. The military junta has extended a night curfew during the electoral process, a move that has sparked further debate about the implications for civil liberties and the overall democratic environment in Gabon. The government has also declared a 2-day holiday leading up to the referendum to encourage voter turnout, allowing citizens to switch polling stations to mitigate travel difficulties during the rainy season. As voters head to the polls, the outcome of this referendum will not only determine the future of Gabon's political framework, but also signal the direction in which the country intends to move following decades of authoritarian rule. With the eyes of the international community on Gabon, the results of this vote will be pivotal in shaping the narrative of democracy in Central Africa. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.